Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Justice University and the matchup of men's college basketball between the Lion Angels of Bethesda University out of California and the Justice University Lions here out of Chandler, Arizona. We are just about to get started. You can see the starting lineups here being introduced by our public address announcer. For the Justice University Lions, number 1, Moses Demilik, the forward. Number 2, J.D. Walker, also a forward. Number 3, Ray King. Marshall Curley also getting the start, number 11. And Devin Miller, number 21. On the Lion Angel side for Bethesda University, the starters are Shane Sands, number 6. Number 13, Miles Solka. Number 16, Gustavo Goncalves. Number 45, Kenji Cooper. And
Walker.
Number 8, Omar Tovar. Sorry, I was looking for our fifth starter there. And so we are about ready to go. Working on our audio levels here. Make sure that you're getting the best possible sound quality. And we're excited to call the game here today for you. It's been a busy couple days on the campus of Justice University. We called a baseball game yesterday. Our baseball team is currently playing down at ACU in Glendale. We also have a sand volleyball match going on right now and a men's soccer game going on in just a bit. Yesterday, the women were at GCU playing soccer. So almost every sport we offer here has been in action in the last 2 games. 2 days, that is. Let there be light. And there was, and it was good. And we're about to play the game of basketball here in Chandler, Arizona. Both teams here coming out, getting ready for the tip-off. We're about ready to play this game. Moses Demilik up there to take the tip for the Lions. And there for the Lion Angels to take the tip is Gustavo Goncalves. And he will win that tip. And the Lion Angels have possession early. Stolen by Devin Miller all the way down and in. Devin Miller getting things started on the offensive and defensive side for the Lions. Here comes the Lion Angels back the other way. Shane Sands on the point. And that ball is good. And here comes Ray King the other way. Devin Miller with the ball at the corner. Moses Demilik swings it around to J.D. Walker, back to Demilik. Demilik at the top of the key over to Ray King. Ray King working the ball and their offense around the perimeter. Marshall Curley getting the start today. There's Devin Miller, dribbles into the paint, back out to Curley for 3. And splash down for Marshall Curley. Hitting that 3 early, getting things going for him. It's always an important thing for his team. And here come the other way, Miles Solka over to Shane Sands for 3, and that one is good. I see your 3, and I match your 3, says Shane Sands. And 5-5 here early. Both teams a deuce and a tray to get things started. Marshall Curley over in the corner. He works it around to Devin Miller, back over to Walker. Walker into Miller, takes one dribble, kicks back out to Curley, thinks about a 3, decides not to. That ball deflected momentarily. Ray King continues that with Sands on him. Into Devin Miller, kicks it out to J.D. Walker for 3. Splashdown, J.D. Walker hits the three, and it's raining threes in Paul Chinchin court early here. Back the other way, that ball's strong, and J.D. Walker will get the rebound and push the action down to the Lions side. Worked over to Curley again for three, and again splashdown. Marshall Curley feeling it early here, and it's quickly an 11-5 Lions lead. Sands drives, he kicks out, and his teammate can't get it. Sorry, that was Tovar out to Sands for three, did not get it. Marshall Curley picks up his dribble over to Walker, swings it to Ray King, driving along the baseline, kicks to Moses Demalik, one dribble up and in. Moses Demalik, the strong take to the hoop. And the Lions have a 13-5 lead. Here come the Lion Angels the other way, into gun to their big center, and he's gonna get fouled. That's Gustavo Goncalves. He looked at the ref as in, hey, you gonna call that? And then he did, and he was like, okay, thank you. And now he goes to the line to shoot too. Gustavo Goncalves, the center for the Lion Angels. Shooting two at the charity stripe. His first one is up and in. Gets his second one. And the left-handed shooter misses the second free throw, rebounded momentarily by the Lion Angels, but that putback's no good. Here come the Lions the other way. Nice quick work into Moses Demalik. Spin move out to Curley again, and again he cans the triple. Marshall Curley, heat check for Curley. Here comes Tovar. Blocked by Demalik, and he keeps it inbounds, and here comes Ray King pushing the action the other way. King, back to Curley, looking for another one. That one's a little strong. There was some steam coming off of him there. He was so hot for three. 3 of 4 to start, though, for Curley. And they've got the Lions that is, a 10-point lead here early. Coach B.J. Letcher letting Devin Miller know the plan defensively. And Sands to Tovar. Tovar working that ball around. He has it deflected up in the air, stolen by Demalik. Here he comes the other way. Over to J.D. Walker. Hesitates, skies, and gets the lay-in. J.D. Skywalker gets the finish on that breakaway. And it's 18-6 Lions here early in the first quarter. Little shot from the free throw line for Kenji Cooper is good, and he's on the board. Ray King slowing things up here. Changes direction, picks up his dribble over to Devin Miller at the top of the three-point line. Demalik in to Walker, power dribble on Goncalves, and he goes up and in. J.D. Walker, he's got 7 fast points. Marshall Curley also has 9 points on 3 of 4 from 3. There's another shot from Kenji Cooper at the free throw line. Missed, kicked out to Demalik, the rebound. Demalik over to Miller, into the corner for that guy, Marshall Curley, and he goes splash down for his 4th triple of the quarter, of the half that is, and he is leading the way with 12 points, leading all scorers. Back to Kenji Cooper here, kicks out to Sands. Sands takes a couple dribbles, pulls it back out. Now he dribbles into the paint, into Goncalves, and he's fouled again. He's going to go back to the line. Gustavo Goncalves, 1 of 2 for his first trip to the free throw line, and he will have his second trip here momentarily. That foul was on Ray King. King currently talking to B.J. Letcher, getting some tips on how to not foul Goncalves when he does that again. Goncalves hits the first. He was 1 of 2 his first trip. He hits the first here in his second trip. And hits the second one. Here come the Lions fast the other way. Ray King driving on John Calves. Skies up, but John Calves the rebound. Good defense there. And here come the Lion Angels the other way. Sands, a little hezzy, steps in the paint, misses everything. Ray King the rebound. King over to Miller. Miller skying up. A lot of contact, no foul. Gets his own rebound. Out to Marshall Curley for three. Splash down! Marshall Curley is on fire. 5 of 6 for three in the first half. Leading all scorers with 15 points. And here's the three attempt for Solka, and that's long. Missing everything. Marshall Curley, nobody talked to that guy. He is in a zone. Good passing, setting up those open three attempts as well by the Lions. It's 26-10 here. Lions jumping up on top thanks to the sharp shooting of J.D. Walker with 1 3 and Marshall Curley with 5. Into Walker. Walker brings it back out. Kicks it over to Miller. Miller driving in the paint. Looking for Demolick. Passes a little wild. Demolick's got 2 Lion Angels on it. Back out to Curley. And that one's a little strong. Rebound, Demolick. Back up and in. Moses Demolick, Johnny on the spot. Gets the rebound and the putback. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. And they hit a 3. That is Amari Chappell who just checked in. Devin Miller gets left open. Can't hit that 3. Marshall Curley tries to rebound it, but it trickles away into the waiting arms of Miles Solka. Solka is going to get the charge. J.D. Walker is set up, and Solka plows into him. A little out of control there. Walker had the positioning, and that's an offensive foul. Back to the Lions. 28-13, 13:39 to go here in the first half. Marshall Curley, 5 of 7 for 3, from 3 for the Lions. It's the big story of this first half. Demolick, little give and go with Ray King. He's down. A little fade away. A little 5-footer fade away is good for King, and he's on the board. Here comes Sands the other way. Over to Kenji Cooper. Kenji Cooper takes a step back. A little spin move on Devin Miller. Demolick helping on defense. Cooper back out to Sands for 3. And that one's short. Walker the board. Walker taking it down. He's going to go all the way. He kicks it into Demolick. He hangs in the air and gets it to go. Demolick's got 6 points. Here comes Miles Solka directing traffic for the Lion Angels. Looking for a pick. That ball's just kind of deflected away by Devin Miller. And a couple Lions who are checking in. Marshall Curley getting some chest bumps from his teammates from that amazing hot start he's got. We got a full timeout from Bethesda. Talk things over with 12:39 to go. The score is 32-13. Lions over the Lion Angels so far here in the first half. Reset the action. Just a second. So 7 minutes into this game, it's the Marshall Curley show. 5 of 7 for 3, leading all scorers with 15 points. J.D. Walker's next with 7. Moses Demolick right behind him with 6. A pair for Ray King and Devin Miller both. The other side, a couple threes hit from the Lion Angels, one by Alex Pagan and one by Amari Chappell and one by Shane Sands. But Marshall Curley decided he's just going to go ahead and take over this first half. And 15 quick points. Marshall Curley 15, Lion Angels 13 right now. And that tells you the story thus far. Guarding that three-point line can be a difficult thing, especially when there's a lot of active ball movement. And Lions have a very small ball lineup. And so they're very active on both ends. Checking in for the Lions is number 5, Nazir Brown, and number 13, Demetrius Valdez. Curley taking a breather, and Devin Miller as well. Well, here goes Amari Chappell He passes over to Solka. Solka leaving Kinji Cooper all alone, but boarded by Demalik. Demalik the other way, looking for Ray King. Slows it down a little bit, works it around. Demetrius Valdez will take the point now. Hold the ball for a second, then they start their offense. Little pass to Demalik, looking for Ray King down the baseline, but he's bumped and fouled. Fouls on number 9, Giancarlo Claro. And the Lions will take the inbound pass under the basket. Ray King looking, surveying, over to J.D. Walker. Valdez to Brown. Working this ball around the perimeter, but that ball is thrown away. Stolen by Cooper. Cooper's gonna glide all the way in and lay it in. But it's too strong, and the putback too strong. And Chappell then gets tied up with J.D. Walker, and that's gonna be Lions ball. Possession arrow goes to the Lions. You thought that was just an easy layup and just a little strong off the glass. And the putback can't go as well. 32-13, but we're gonna have a 30-second timeout for the Lions. 30-second timeout for Justice. We'll just take a quick break here. Be right back. And the Lions take the ball back. Demetrius Valdez has it over to Moses Demalik. Moses Demalik passes it off to Ray King, over to Valdez. Valdez down low. 3 Lion Angels on Demalik, and they're going to call that a foul on the floor. 45 is the foul call. That's Kinji Cooper. And the Lions will take the inbound pass from under the hoop. Demetrius Valdez throwing it in. Throws it up to the top with Brown. Brown over to Walker. Walker, dribble drive, and looking for the one-handed slam. He was fouled on his way up by number 21, Chukwudi Okali. His first, as he just checked in. Tall young man over there. Draws the foul, and Walker will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Hits that first free throw. And he hits the second one as well. Checking in for the Lion Angels, number 25, Travion Lee. He's looking for Chukwudi Okali's height. It's not listed here. He's a junior. Cooper to Chappell. Chappell driving on Meech Valdez. Sands now with the ball. And that's stolen away by J.D. Walker. Here he comes. He's going to look to push it all the way in. Misses the layup, gets his own rebound, misses that, puts it back and scores. 11 points for J.D. Walker. And the score's 36-13. 23-point advantage right now for the Lions. 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Chappell taking the ball up. Valdez on him. Over to Lee. Lee driving on Brown. Couple pivot fakes. Ball popped up in the air. Lee gets it back. Out to Chappell for 3. And he cans that one. His second 3 of the day. 6 points for Chappell. And here come the Lions the other direction. King almost didn't handle that inbound pass from Walker. Out to Brown for three. A little strong on that one. Rebounded by Cooper. And here comes the other way. Chapel the lead. Lead to Sands, but stolen by Ray King. Ray King is going to look to dunk that one home with two hands for emphasis. Good defensive play by Ray King. 38-16 should be the score. That three by Chapel. Chapel stolen by J.D. Walker. Up to Valdez. Valdez, the layup over Okawalde. He didn't know if that was going to make it. He felt those footsteps coming, but that's up and in for Meech Valdez. Here comes Amari Chapel. Into Kenji Cooper. Cooper, a couple dribbles. Walker redirects that ball. And Travion Lee trying to keep it in bounds, but he does not. And that's going to be a turnover back to the Lions. Couple Lions checking in. Willie Frager Jr. and Devin Miller back in as well. Demetrius Valdez. Over to Nizier Brown. Brown to Frager. Frager Jr., a couple dribbles into Meech Valdez. Devin Miller driving on Okawalde. Back out to King. Over to Brown. That one's too strong. Miller unable to corral that rebound. It's going to go back to the Lion Angels. Marshall Curley checking back in for Nizier Brown. Curley had that hot start, 5 of 7 for 3 so far. And Chapel bringing the ball up. Valdez trying to pick his pocket, but doesn't. Chapel still has that ball. Over to Cooper for 3. That one's too strong. Ray King the board, quickly over to Valdez to keep it in bounds. Over to Marshall Curley in the corner, and that one's too strong. But rebounded by Ray King. King to Frager. Willie Frager Jr. with the putback. Good rebounding and passing there by the Lions. Amari Chapel now taking point on the Lion Angel offensive end of the court. Looking for help. Valdez is swarming all over him. That one's stolen by Curley. Back to Valdez. Valdez to Curley. Over to Ray King. He dribbles around. Back to Valdez. Back to Curley in the corner. Valdez directing traffic, looking for a pick off of Frager. Gets that pick. Steps back over to Marshall Curley. Dribbles in and gets fouled. Marshall Curley would go to the line for 2. 5 of 8 for 3 for Curley. Missed his last 2. He started 5 of 6. Takes a deep breath. Misses the first free throw. 42 points with still 8 minutes to go here in the first half. The Lions are at a blistering pace so far. And Curley misses both of those, but the rebound goes out to Frager. Frager to Valdez. Valdez. We're gonna get you that new Lion who checked in a second. I'm still looking for his last name. There's the long 3 missed, but Devin Miller tries to put it back. Frager can't corral that board. And here come the Lion Angels the other way. Solka pops a little 2-pointer there. Miles Solka gets on the board first team. Here comes Valdez the other way. That one's stolen away. And Solka puts it in again. Solka 2 quick baskets. And the Lions getting a little sloppy with the ball handling. Willie Frager now with the ball. He takes a dribble over to Devin Miller. Dribbles in. Out to Valdez for three. Splash down for Demetrius Valdez. Valdez hits a three. By the way, that's Tyler Hall, number 32 in the game right now for the Lions. We got a foul on the play. And O'Cauley, Chuck Woody O'Cauley goes to the line for two. O'Cauley back for his second free throw. And he misses that one. That ball's loose, but rebounded by the Lion Angels. Solka over to Cooper. Cooper misses that three. And that foul is going to be on the rebound on Travion Lee, much to his chagrin. That's going to be a turnover to the Lions. So again, number 32, Tyler Hall in the game for the Lions. He missed that first three attempt he took. That ball, Frager, the top of the key there, looking for someone to pass to. Passes off to Hall. Hall over to Valdez. Valdez, couple dribbles, back out to J.D. Walker for three, and that one's short. Jean Calves, the rebound, and here come the Lion Angels the other way. Zion White driving in, can't quite get that to go, and Frager, the rebound. Valdez bringing it the other way. He pulls up, a little strong on that 2-point, and Solka, Miles Solka, the rebound. Travion Lee does not get that one to go. Here come the Lions the other way. Tyler Hall. Hall passes off to Valdez. Valdez calling out the play, directing traffic. Looking for a pick from Marshall Curley. Dribbles around that pick. Kicks it back out to Willie Frager Jr. for three, and he hits it. Frager splash down. Takes that three and makes that three. 5 points for Willie Frager Jr. And Cooper bringing the ball up here for the Lion Angels. 48-21 is the score. Lions on top. Cooper off the pick from John Calvis. Blocked by J.D. Walker against the backboard, but knocked out of bounds, and that's going to stay Lion Angel ball. Ray King checking back in for Valdez. Walker skying for that block. Also checking in is Omar Tovar, who took that inbound pass. A little collision there. Solka goes down, but he's okay. Teammates help him back up, and Justice going to take the ball down the other way. King over to Walker. Walker back out to Frager. Walker driving on John Calves. Kicks it back out to Frager. They're going to call a walk on Walker. That's a travel, and that's going to go back to the Bethesda Lion Angels, and they're going to call a timeout. So timeout on 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. Again, a blistering pace to start this one for the Lions. 48 points, and we still have 5 minutes to go in this first half. Lions' three-point shooting is not always their game, but they already have 8 in this first half. They're going to do a little redo there on that inbounds pass. Marshall Curley has 5 of those threes. Valdez has a 3. Frager has a 3. Walker has 2 threes. 1 or 2, so 8 or 9 threes already in the first half. That ball's tipped by Hall, so not a backcourt violation. Cooper driving on him. Hall playing some blistering defense there. Cooper looking for somebody and someone to take this ball from him. Hall not giving him an inch. There's a pick by John Calves. Little pick and roll to him. Pass over to Solka. That's a shot clock violation sound, but I think it hit the, and that's a little confusing there, but that is good for number 23, Zion White. Little turnaround. Marshall Curley over to Walker. That hit the rim. That's why the shot clock should have been reset. Tyler Hall driving in. Little right-handed attempt is a little too strong and rebounded by Zion White. Here he comes the other way. He's going to pull up and take a 3. John Calvis the rebound. Back to Cooper for 3. That one's too strong. And there's Ray King. King coming the other way. King to Hall. Nice little shot fake there. Another shot fake. And he gets it to go. And the foul. Tyler Hall. And one. Going to the free throw line to try to finish a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. And Moses Damalik checking back in for Willie Frager Jr. Also, Shane Sands checking back in. Also, Nazir Brown checking back in for the Lions. Tyler Hall, one of the newer Lions. Can't finish that 3-point play, but Moses Damalik gets the rebound, gives the Lions another possession here. J.D. Walker over to Ray King. King into Hall. Quick turnaround, that's too strong. And rebounded by Solka. Solka coming the other way. Bumped by Hall, but no foul. Over to Omar Tovar. Tovar, defense defended by J.D. Walker. He pulls up and hits that 3. Omar Tovar from deep. And it's 50-26. Ray King looking for a screen, looking for a pick here. Passes to Nazir Brown. Nazir Brown up to Damalik. Damalik calling out the play. Over to King. Takes that, pops. Walker skies for the rebound. Can't get his putback. Brown gets the rebound, and he puts that one back. Nazir Brown gets on the board, and it's 52-26. The Lions have the Lion Angels doubled up here in the first half. Tovar from 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded by J.D. Walker. Walker, lazy pass picked off by Solka. Solka over to Sands for 3. That's too strong. Ray King the board. And here they come the other way. J.D. Walker dribbling behind the back in the lane. Can't get that to go. Ball's loose. Rebounded by Solka. Up ahead to Cooper, who lays it in. Quick outlet pass to Cooper. Very intuitive there. And Kenji Cooper gets it to go. Ray King bringing it back up for the Lions. Moses Damalik. Dribble pass. He takes it down to the baseline. Kicks it back out to Walker. Walker drives. Takes a dribble. Kicks to King in the corner. To Hall to Brown at the top of the key. Splashdown. Nazir Brown. Nazir Brown for 3. The 10th 3 for the Lions in this first half. There's Omar Tovar for 3. A little strong Tyler Hall the board. J.D. Walker to King to Brown. Too strong on the layup. Rebounded by Solka. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. Over to Tovar. Tovar with J.D. Walker guarding him. Passes it off to Solka. Directing traffic. 15 on the timer. He dribbles. Lays one up and in. Miles Solka gets the 2. And it's 55-30. Lions are going to call a 30-second timeout. With 2:09 to go in the first half. They've got a 25-point lead here. A blistering 55 points in the first half for the Lions on the back of 10 three-pointers, 5 of which came from Marshall Curley, one from Brown, one from Frager, a couple from Walker, one from Valdez. Team's coming back out on the court after that 30-second timeout. Jimmy Kazi Jr. in the game now for the Lions. And Moses Damalik. So this is the biggest lineup that the Lions have to offer currently. Damalik sprinting back down to take the throw in. Gets it to King and brings the ball down. Ray King. Passes over to Brown. Brown to Damalik at the top of the key. Into Kazi, but that's stripped away. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. Kenji Cooper for 3. And he nails that 3. Cooper has 7 points to lead the way for the Lion Angels. And Walker slowing things down with 1:45 to go on the timer. On that is the first half game clock. Brown into Kazi. Kazi, John Calvis on him. Looking for real estate, and John Calvis called for the bump foul down low. A couple big guys there battling, jockeying for position, and John Calvis was the guilty party there. And they're in the bonus, so Jimmy Kazi Jr. will go to the line for 1 and 1 as they are in the bonus. Not a lot of fouls in this first half, really. Just now in the bonus with only 1:35 to go. And the Lion Angels aren't in the bonus either. So missing the front end of the one-on-one, Kenji Cooper the rebound. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. Solka over to Sands in the corner. He's driving on Walker too strong. Kazi the board. Kazi out to Walker. Walker to Damalik. Brown in three-point range, but he passes over to J.D. Walker. Looking for Kazi, but bad pass, stripped away, but that's knocked back into the waiting hands of Ray King. King to Damalik. Damalik driving up, gets the contact and the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Moses Damalik driving hard. 55-33 the score. Lions on top of the Lion Angels here. Justice on top of Bethesda. It's 105 that is to go in the first half. A lot of offense in the first half for the Lions. There's Damalik hitting his first free throw of the 2. He's got 7 points. Been active on defense and on the glass as well. And Damalik hits that one as well. Moses Damalik has 8 points. And Tovar to Solka. Solka over to Kenji Cooper. Pops and hits the little 2-point shot there, giving him 9. Walker. Cooper on him, up to Damalik at the top of the key, over to Brown. Dribble stop. Kicks it to the corner. Moses Damalik. He drives. Passes to Kazi, who jams it home. Jimmy Kazi Jr. slams that one with authority. And here come the Lion Angels back the other way with under 30 seconds to go. 23 seconds on the timer. Solka from way downtown, but too strong. And the Lions are going to hold for the last shot here. Damalik kicks it out to Walker. Walker back to Damalik. He's going to take that 3, and it's going to be short. But Walker there, the board, goes back up with it. Again, too strong. Causey the board, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds. Back to the Lion Angels with 4.4 to go. They could have held for the last shot, but they decided to press the action instead. 59-35 with 4.5 left. Solka kicked off the leg of Walker, of Brown that is, and he throws up a three, and that's no good. And at the end of the first half of play, the Justice University Lions 59 and the Bethesda Lion Angels 35. We'll be back for the second half of action in just a little bit. We're about ready to go here for the second half of action between the Justice University Lions and the Bethesda Lion Angels. Resetting the action is 59-35. Little delay there, getting one of the rims fixed up as it was dunked on vigorously there in the first half. And so we are all ready to go here for a second half of action. Lions are up 59-35. Again, here's some of the scoring highlights for you. Leading the way for the Lions is Marshall Curley, who went 5 of 8 from 3 in the first half. J.D. Walker's got 11 points. Moses Damalik has 8. And 5 for Meech Valdez, Willie Frager, and Nazir Brown. Leading the way for the Lion Angels, number 45, Kenji Cooper. He's got 9 points. 5 for Miles Solka, 5 for Gustavo John-Calves, and 6 for Amari Chappell. And here we go the other way. Omar Tovar has that ball, take a little dribble step, pulls up for 3, and he hits that 3. And Tovar has been hot from 3. And J.D. Walker slams that down with authority. Skying for that. And Tovar, another 3. That one's short. Damalik, rebound kind of trickles off his knee, but Walker gets it back to Damalik. A little too strong on that layup. John-Calves, the rebound. Here he goes the other way. Sands for 3. That one's short. John-Calves, the rebound, though. Tovar for 3. And that's off the iron, rebounded by Ray King. King to Curley. Curley back to King, and here he comes the other way. Ray King over to J.D. Walker, the top of the arc. Moses Damalik to Devin Miller, driving on Cooper. Spun around for Curley for 3. Splash down! Right where he left off in the first half. Marshall Curley hits his 6th 3. Solka, Miles Solka, down to John-Calves, but not on the same page. That's going to be passed out of bounds, and Travion Lee checking back in for Sands. Shane Sands will take a seat. That ball strong off the iron. Solka, the rebound. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. Cooper for 3 in the corner. He falls down. He's going to get 3 free throws out of that as Marshall Curley came on a little too strong there on the defense. And it's going to send Cooper to the line for 3. 64-38. First 2 minutes of this second half. 2 halves in college basketball. Cooper hits that first one. It's that second one. Cooper to the line for his 3rd. And hits all 3. Little pushing and shoving down low. Ref talking it over. And the Lions inbounds the ball. And they come the other way. Kicked out to Marshall Curley, over to J.D. Walker, takes the dribble, picks it up, over to Miller. Devin Miller with the ball, into Damalik. Moses Damalik spins and shoots, fading away, but no good. Rebounded by Kenji Cooper. Devin Miller steals that ball away from Solka to Walker. Drives on Solka, too strong, and that one's out on Walker, back to the Lion Angels. Tovar out to Cooper for three. That one's too strong, but John Calvis the rebound. To Lee, driving on Walker. Walker blocks that one away. Travion Lee still gets the board back. Walker is gonna foul him, and Lee's gonna earn a trip to the line. Travion Lee will shoot two here. First one's no good for Lee. And Lee misses both, but he gets his own rebound. Back to Cooper. Solka. Miller blocks that one away. Lee flies in for the board, but he throws that ball to the backcourt. Curley can't touch it. That's a good thing because it goes out of bounds on the Lion Angels. Marshall Curley diving for that one. And he inbounds the ball here on the Lions side of things, looking for someone to pass to. Throws it to Devin Miller. Miller to Demolic at the top of the key. Demolic looking for a lane. Takes the dribble. A little spin move, a little touch. Lays that one in. Nice move by Moses Demolic. Here come the Lion Angels the other way. Lee, too strong. Rebounded by Walker. Walker to Demolic. Almost can't handle that. Back into Walker, who'll lay it in. Nice little give and go between Demolic and Walker there. Tovar double teamed by Walker and Miller. Back out to Solka, back to Tovar. Into Cooper at the top of the free throw line. Too strong. Lee the rebound. Passes over to Cooper, and he puts it back in. Here comes Walker the other way. Walker to Ray King. Ray King for three. In and out. Solka the rebound. Here come the Lion Angels. The other way, Miller. Ferocious defense on Solka. Lee now with a little double team there, a little zone. Demolic on Solka. Solka, a little turnaround. Passes back out to Tovar. Fake pass, then he does pass to Travion Lee, who drives on Walker, who is in the position to take the charge. And we got a timeout on the court. Looks like a 30-second timeout. Marshall Curley inbounds the ball to Ray King coming out of the timeout. A little confusion on the scoring. It's 68-43. It's the accurate score now. Marshall Curley passes off to Ray King. King dribbles around the pick there. Working on Omar Tovar in the lane. He pivots. Little right-handed floater up and in. Ray King. King has had a fairly quiet day. 6 points, though. But he's been active on defense. Little jump stop. It's going to be a foul on number 1, Moses Demalik. And that ball will go underneath. 15:34 to go here in the game. Lions up 70-43. Kenji Cooper shot up, and he's going to get fouled. Ray King doesn't like that call. But Cooper will go back to the line. I think they may have trying to catch his breath there. I think he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. Kenji Cooper. He's had 5 points already in this second half. Hits that first one. He had 9 in the first half. He's got 6 in the second. 15 points to lead the way for the Lion Angels. There's a 16th point. Foul on number 25, Travion Lee. Pleading his case to the ref there. To no avail. Here comes the Lions with the ball. Ray King bringing the ball up to Demalik. To Marshall Curley for 3. Splash down! Curley's hot streak continues as he buries another one. And it's going to be raining threes in the sleep of the Lion Angels tonight. He is everywhere. Solka, nice little touch shot there, and it goes. Miles Solka has 7 points, or 8 points. Demalik to Miller. Miller driving on Lee. Steps back. Can't hit that too strong. Rebound, Jean Calvis. Here comes Cooper the other way. Cooper gets his pocket picked by Walker. He's still fighting for it. Still throwing bodies on the ground. I think Ray King is going to get the foul called on him, however, as he kind of jumps into the legs of Solka there. Hopefully everybody's okay. Marshall Curley, 7 3-pointers. I'm going to assume that's a new career high for Marshall Curley. He's got 21 points to lead all scorers in this one. Walker's got 15, and then on the Lion Angels side, Kenji Cooper has 16. Omar Tovar's got 9. Moses Demalik has 10 points. And it's 73-47. 14:29 to go. We have a 2-digit scoreboard here at Dr. Paul Chenchin Court. So there is a possibility if we hit triple digits, the scoreboard will be slightly confusing. But we'll keep you updated as much as we can auditorily over the broadcast here. A light Saturday crowd out here as a 12 o'clock tip on a Saturday afternoon is not always the usual around here. Coming out of the timeout. Lion Angel ball going left to right. Amari Chappell's got the point for the Lion Angels out of the timeout. Devin Miller defending him over to Shane Sands. Shane Sands dribbles on Marshall Crowley. Devin Miller helped defense. That pass gets away, but Cooper gets it. He pulls up for three, and he hits that three. Kenji Cooper. 19 points for him. Marshall Curley gets the putback from his own miss. And he can apparently hit 2-point shots as well, giving him 23 for the game. Solka to Cooper. Cooper with Ray King guarding him. Out to Sands. Shane Sands gets his pocket picked momentarily. Now there's a tie-up, and that's going to be a travel before the tie-up. And that's going to be Lions ball. Miller trying to help up Sands there. 75-50, the score. Lions are holding on to a 25-point lead right now. King looking for his options as he dribbles the ball at the top of the three-point arc. Kicks it out to J.D. Walker for three. In and out, no good. Ball loose. And there's going to be a foul on the rebound attempt on Devin Miller. And the Lion Angels will retain possession here. Giancarlo Claro checks back in for Gustavo Giancarlos. Here comes Amari Chappell. Devin Miller's a plus defender out there on him. Chappell. Gets it stolen by Miller. Miller passes over to Walker. Walker takes the dribble over to Miller. Passes off to Ray. Ray. Chappell guarding him. Up and in! And the foul! Ray King! 3-point opportunity as he gets the and one. And gets fist bumps and chest bumps from his teammates as he goes to the line to finish the three-point play. Raekwon King has 8 points in the contest, looking to make it 9 here. Takes a couple dribbles. Here's his free throw attempt, and it's good. 78-50. Amari Chappell. Miller again harassing him defensively. Into Cooper. They're looking for a timeout, but they're not getting it. And Cooper gets it to go. J.D. Walker over to Tamalik. Devin Miller driving into Walker. Skies, but gets it blocked by Kenji Cooper. Out to Ray King, who dribbles in. Kicks it out to Devin Miller. Miller driving on Chappell. Around Solka. Off the knee of J.D. Walker and out of bounds. That's going to be Lion Angel ball. And the Lion Angels finally get their timeout they were calling for. And we will take a quick timeout here as well. 12:06 on the clock for the rest of the second half. It's 78-52, Justice. Back out of the timeout. Lion Angels go ahead and inbound that ball to Amari Chappell. Demetrius Valdez in the game guarding him now. Nazir Brown in for Marshall Curley. Chappell over to Kenji Cooper, who's been the hot hand for the Lion Angels. He pulls up at the angle and doesn't connect, and that's out of bounds to the Lions. Damalik to Valdez, and here comes Meech Valdez, the true point guard on the roster, bringing that ball up. He has 1,000 career points in his college career. He just passed in his last game. Demetrius Valdez playing for a bit now. There's Damalik, kicks it to Brown. Brown over to King, around the horn to Walker for three. Little long, rebounded by Solka. Solka, spin move on Walker, kicks it over to Cooper, back to Solka. There's Amari Chappell for three. That's in and out, no good. Rebounded to J.D. Walker. Ball loose. Diving is Amari Chappell. Diving again as Walker. Ball still loose. Picked up by Solka to Amari Chappell for the easiest lay-in in his entire career. Right place, right time on that one. Amari Chappell. Valdez calling out sides and plays. He gets the ball back from King. Meech Valdez to Moses Damalik. Working their offense around the perimeter. A lot of dribble handoffs. And Walker back to Damalik. Little give and go off the screen there. And he gets the basket to go and the foul. Moses Damalik to the line for a potential and one. Damalik's had a nice game. 12 points. Damalik looking to complete the three-point play here. Got a dozen points, make it a baker's dozen. Moses Damalik got 13, and here comes Solka bringing the ball up for the Lion Angels. Valdez on him, 13, guarding 13. Over to Cooper. Cooper to Claro. Claro to Zion White. White to Cooper. King on him. He spins. He loses the handle, but King's going to get called for a foul. It's going to be on the floor, be inbounded down underneath. 81-54 the score. The Lions have 27-point lead currently. 10:20 to go in the game. Jimmy Causey Jr. checking in for Ray King. King is not happy with that foul call. Kenji Cooper, the high scorer for the Lion Angels today. He goes to the line here. And he hits that first end of the one-on-one. 22 points for Cooper. And he misses that one, but there's going to be a lane violation called. Either way, it's going to go to the Lions. Cooper's got 22 to lead the way for the Lion Angels. Marshall Curley has 23 to lead the way for the Lions. J.D. Walker behind him with 15. There's Valdez at the elbow, and one. He gets the corner mid-range shot to go, and he's fouled. Valdez going to the line to possibly complete a three-point play of his own. Valdez, that foul was on Zion White, number 23. Valdez takes one dribble, takes one more dribble, and is short on that free throw. Rebounded by Claro. Claro up to Solka. He dribbles off his own foot, stolen by Devin Miller, who's going to go ahead and take it all the way in himself. Devin Miller. He's got 4 points in the contest, and here comes Cooper the other way for the Lion Angels. Cooper with Miller on him. 13 on 13 here. Solka Meach blocked that ball, but it was on the line when it landed, so that's going to be Lion Angel ball. The diminutive Demetrius Valdez with the blocked shot. Gotta love that. Playing some good defense. That's into Claro, who lays it in with the right hand. Giancarlo Claro gets on the board for the Lion Angels. Here comes Demetrius Valdez. 9:44 to go. 85-57 Lions on top right now. Devin Miller working on Kenji Cooper. Sets a pick from Jimmy Causey Jr. Kicks it over to Moses Demolic to Nazir Brown. That's his spot right there, but he's too strong and out of bounds. Back to the Lion Angels. Shane Sands taking the inbound pass, bringing it up for the Lion Angels. Bethesda looking to get back in this contest a little bit. Solka driving on Valdez. He gets the and one. He goes down hard. But Miles Solka, nifty little play there. Foul on Demetrius Valdez. Solka gets a chance to go to the line to add to his point total of 10 points. He's had a nice little game as well. And Solka does just that. And here come the Lions the other way. Valdez directing traffic. Little spin move, change of pace. Off a screen from Causey. Back out to Demolic. Demolic with Solka on him. Over to Valdez. Kicks out to Demolic. Driving in the paint. Little up and under move, but can't go. And Solka is out on the run out and going to get an easy lay-in. Miles Solka kind of cherry-picked that one. They got a good bounce, and he was ready for the easy layup. Valdez kicks out to Miller. Miller with Claro on him. Back to Miller, into Causey. Causey's on the baseline, and that's going to be a turnover. Or they're going to actually call a foul on Claro before he steps out of bounds. And that ball's going to be taken underneath by the Lions. Gustavo Giancarlo going to check back in for the Lion Angels for and Claro is going to take a seat after the explanation as to why the foul was called. Valdez throws it back into the backcourt where Nazir Brown chases it down and gets it back to the point guard, Valdez. Valdez working on Giancarlo. And he's going to take a three over Giancarlo. That's short. Rebounded by Cooper. Cooper bringing it on ahead to Sands. Lion Angels setting up their offense. Down 23. They've trimmed into this Lion lead a little bit. Cooper. He kicks it over to Solkis. Solkis. Nice little move. We're going to be a basket interference by Jimmy Causey. He hits the backboard when that ball was really going nowhere near the hoop. But the little mental error there for Causey. No need for that. And now it's a 21-point lead. And BJ Letcher wants to get J.D. Walker back in the game here. 7:45 to go. Lions have a 21-point lead. Number 21 for the Lions has the ball currently. Causey, the top of the key. Passes off to Valdez. Valdez to Walker. Causey driving on Giancarlo. Nice little jump move up and in for Jimmy Causey Jr. Nice move on the big guy down low. The Lions lead is back to 23. Cooper almost lost the handle on that one, driving on Miller. Miller's trying to tighten up his defense on him. That ball bouncing around. Giancarlo still trying to get it to go, but Causey, the rebound and the outlet. Now Valdez Little fake the pass and take it all the way to the hoop and in. vs.Valdez, nifty little move there. Cooper's got the ball here for the Lions. Victor Nobre is in the game right now for the Lion Angels. We haven't called his name yet today. Number 24. Solka, pull up, little long, that ball's loose. vs.Valdez comes down with it. He passes to Nazir Brown, who lays it up but can't get it to fall. Rebounded by Nobre. Nobre over to Sands for three, and that's too strong, but Nobre the rebound. He's double teamed by Lions right now, and they're looking for a tie-up, and they get that tie-up, and that's going to stay right here with the Lion Angels, I believe. They're checking, they're talking. And looks like it's Lions ball after all. Marshall Curley back in for the Lions. And Ray King as well, bring the ball up. King, little crisscross motion with Marshall Curley, passes off to Devin Miller. Miller to Walker, off the pick from Kazi, he pulls up at the elbow and drains the two mid-range jumpers. Silky smooth for J.D. Walker. 17 points for him. Marshall Curley guarding Miles Solka at the top of the arc. That's Shane Sands driving on Walker, gets it to go. Nice little quick first move from Shane Sands for the Lion Angels. Curley to Walker. Walker driving down low. Easy lay-in for him. Walker's looking to take this game over right now. Nifty little move there. And here comes Solka. Shane Sands, J.D. Walker guarding him. Dribbles between the leg, pulls back up for three, falls to the ground. Wants an and one, but he'll have to settle for a three. And quick the other way, Walker's like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just take this game over. And there's an and one. Oh, a technical on number two. Okay, so that was not an and one, but J.D. Walker got himself a technical after making that one. So basket's good, giving Walker 21 points for the game, but Miles Solka will shoot the technical free throw and hit that free throw. And a second one, also good. My guess is it's something he said, not something he did, and we can't exactly tell what he said. But the score is 95-70, 25-point lead for the Lions with 5:10 to go. And the Lion Angels are going to inbound the ball after the main basket. J.D. Walker still in there after that technical foul called on him. Shane Sands bringing the ball up. Lion Angels looking to run their offense. John Calvis has it stolen. Zion White has his pocket picked there, and Marshall Curley is fouled on the run out there. In the NBA, I'd be calling for a take foul there, but this is college basketball. Marshall Curley's going to inbound the ball here. Number 10, Remington Green in the game for the first time for the Lion Angels. Kazi at the top of the arc, starting to drive, passes off to Marshall Curley. Curley out to Devin Miller. Devin Miller, he took about little happy feet there, and it's going to get called for the travel. And that's a turnover. Green will take the inbound pass for the Lion Angels, and here comes Bethesda back the other way. Sands working on Devin Miller. Over to Zion White, who loses it, and J.D. Walker skies up for a two-handed slam. A little frustration, perhaps, behind that one. He gets that jam to go, and J.D. Walker now leading, tied with Marshall Curley with 23 points. Curley and gets the steal. Curley's like, I'm going to add to my point total, and he slams it down, 25 points for Marshall Curley. And he gets the steal. Here comes King the other way, out to Devin Miller for three. Devin Miller drains it, splash down for Devin Miller. Miller's got 7 points. And here comes Zion White the other way. Walker is going to get called for the blocking foul there. And he goes down a little awkwardly there. Zion White will go to the line to shoot free throws here. 70 for Bethesda, 102 for the Lions. So the Lions balloon their lead back out to 32 after a couple of those fast break opportunities, and that three from Miller. Zion White hits that. Free throw is good. Looks like we have a couple more subs coming in for the Lion Angels. Claro's back in there, as well as Nobre. White too strong on the second one. Causey the board. Here comes Causey. He's going to run it all the way down and slam it in. Jimmy Causey just accelerates all the way for the slam. Here's Zion White for three. That one's no good. And Causey gets the board. Jimmy Causey showing a burst of energy there. Slamming that down coast to coast. Curley for three. And can't get that to go. Tyler Hall back in the game. Curley looking for another three to go with his total. 7 of 11 now from three-point land. Lamont Couch in the game as well. He gets the rebound. There's Ray King. Perhaps Marshall Curley's hunting a 30 spot. Maybe he's not thinking about that at all. Lamont Couch with the ball. Dribble between the legs. Looks to pass down to Jimmy Causey. Too strong. Gets his own board. Too strong on that as well. Curley gets that board. Ray King, pivot, spin move, gets it to go. Ray King's got some good, quick spin moves there. And he gets that to go. 106-71. Zion White, left-handed runner. That was a pretty shot there for White. Gets it to go. Lamont Couch. Slowing things down a little bit. 106-73. Miller, or King that is. Over to Hall. Hall takes a couple dribbles, right-hander, goes for Tyler Hall. Tyler Hall's got 4 points, and that was a nice little one-handed move as well. Here comes Zion White, working on Ray King, too strong. Jimmy Causey the board. We're going to have a 30-second timeout for the Lions here. They wanted to get some subs in. And a nice hand as Marshall Curley and Ray King take a seat. And Caden Matthews checks in for the first time today. Tyler Hall with the ball. Dribbles in and a nice move. He's going to get bailed out with a foul there. 24, Nobre. Victor Nobre is going to have the foul called on him. Tyler Hall's going to go to the line to shoot two. Caden Matthews, Tyler Hall, two of the newest members of the Justice University Lions L1 team. Tyler Hall makes that one. What we call kind of our varsity team around here. Marshall Curley checking back in, giving Jimmy Causey a rest. Curley's having a career game today. Might want to give him a couple more opportunities to get some shots up. We're going to have a lane violation on that one. Turnover to the Lion Angels. Bethesda will take the ball out. Amari Chappell will inbound the ball to Remington Green. Or Zion White. Chappell with Matthews guarding him. Off a pick, passes back to Zion White. Dribbles on Matthews, almost loses it, gets it back. Crossover, stops at the top of the free throw line. To Claro, down low to Nobre, who lays it in. Victor Nobre, nice play. And he gets on the score sheet. Lamont Couch bringing the ball down for the Lions. Couch dribbles, looking for a pick. Looking to get the ball down to Tyler Hall. Tyler Hall having a nice outing. 7 points for him. Nobre with nowhere to take that, and he's going to be fouled by Tyler Hall, I believe. He's going to get some free throws as they're in the bonus. So Victor Nobre is going to go to the line to shoot two. 111-75, our score. Misses that first one, does Victor Nobre. A lot of purple shoes on the Bethesda players there. Nobre hits the second one. Nobre's got 3 points. There's a three attempt for Curley. That developed really fast. I almost didn't get to call it. Couch back out to Curley, who gets pushed and fouled. I think Curley's out there because they want to try to get that guy to perhaps 30 points. But he's going to get a one-on-one situation here where he's 0 for 2 from the line today. Only one trip there so far. And he hits the first one. Curley back to the line for a second shot. And he hits that as well, giving him 27 for the game. Marshall Curley having a career game out there today. Zion White showing some handles, takes it all the way to the cup, but he can't get it to go. Rebounded by Willie Frager Jr., who checked back in. Marshall Curley. Matthews off to Curley for three. That one's short. And Frager the board. And that's going to be a turnover. 113-76. Curley wanted to hit that one last three to give him 30. But doesn't look like that's going to be the case today. So Zion White pulls up on Curley for three and misses that. Rebound is put back and good by Victor Nobre. Whoa. Lamont Couch dribbling it up and dribbling it out here today as the Lions are going to take this one 113-78. Couch will just dribble that out. Offensive flurry from the Lions today. And our final score here in Dr. Paul Chin Chin Court on the campus of Justice University is the Lions of Justice University 113, the Lion Angels of Bethesda University 78. So the Lions take the victory, and we will have more live stream of Justice University sports in the near future. But for today, we sign off and we say good night and good afternoon as the Lions defeat the Lion Angels 113-78. We'll see you next time.